up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. You know what this video is. It's time for our fortnightly dose of Pass or Yes. This is the series that I do regularly on my channel where I spill the tea on all the newest, the hottest, and the most tempting luxury makeup beauty releases on social media. And I let you guys know, is it gonna be a pass or is it gonna be a yes? So if you want to chill out with me and talk about some new makeup, then keep watching. All right, party people, let's talk about some new makeup. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. All the products that are currently available, they will be linked down in the description box down below in case you want to check them out or you want to know where to shop. And if you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Sophia and I'm a complete makeup addict. I upload videos every single week, new makeup reviews, videos like this, favorites videos, you name it. So if that sounds up your alley, hit that subscribe button to join our fam. I am going to scooch over so I can insert some images of the makeup we're going to be talking about today. And also, before I get started, important beauty news announcement. Some of our favorite beauty news Instagram accounts, both Chic Profile Official and Makeup Craze, they have moved to new Instagram accounts. So I'm going to be linking those down below. If you haven't seen them posting, it's because they have new accounts. So make sure that you follow their new accounts because you're going to see in this episode, they actually are posting a lot of interesting swatches and new products. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't missing out. So head on over to their new accounts and follow them over there. All right, friends, let's kick things off as we do with some newness from Chanel. This is going to be a part of their fall collection. I don't know if there's more to this collection, but so far we know we have these oversized luminizers. These are called the Les Symboles de Chanel, oversized illuminating face powder. So they're doing the oversized just like they did with the holiday collection and the bronzers from last year. These are going to be coming out in 3 shades, which are warm gold, pearly white, and precious coral. And then here's what was a little bit confusing about this release, but I think I figured it out, friends. These are being released in a series of different embossings. So you choose the color and then you choose the embossing that you want. And the options here are what looks like a lion. There's also a comet. There's also a Chanel logo, which is made up of like hundreds of beautiful little pearls. It looks like it's almost like a Chanel brooch made out of pearls. It looks stunning. And then there is what I think is probably going to be the most popular one, a gorgeous camellia flower on top of a tweed background. And then also there's kind of like a chain link one, which is also really pretty. I'll show you guys a close-up here. Chic Profile Official actually sent me this photo to share with you guys. Once again, follow her new account down below. I feel like it gives you a better look that's not like a fake 3D image, so you can see just how pretty these embossings are. It's an interesting release. It's gonna be a yes from me. You guys know I love the luminizers from Chanel. I don't know yet if I'm gonna get all 3 shades, so comment down below and let me know what you're interested in. I think for the embossings, I think I'm probably gonna go after the camellia for sure for one of them. And then I think either the chain one or maybe the pearl one, but I'm not so sure. I don't know if some of these are available like only in this country or only in that country. I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna be surprised that I don't want the lion one, even though I'm a total cat lady, but I don't know. I want the camellia one. I really like that one. I think it's super pretty. In general, I think this release is a little bit confusing. I don't really understand the business strategy here. I like the fact that we have 3 different shades. I think that's great because there's going to be something for everybody depending on your undertone, how light or dark you want it to be. I like how accessible it is, but I don't really understand the whole like pick your embossing because the embossing wears away. So I don't know. I just think that that's a little strange. Are they expecting us to buy all the embossings? Do they think that we're gonna collect all of these? I don't get it. Maybe if there were 2 or 3, or maybe if each color came in a different embossing, and that would kind of encourage you to maybe pick up all 3 of them. But the whole like choose which embossing you want, I feel like that's gonna be an absolute nightmare for all the sales associates. I would love to hear what you guys think. A lot of you guys said this release is very lazy. I don't know if it's lazy. I just find it to be kind of confusing. What I would like to see instead from Chanel is I would like to see maybe you get to pick your own case, like a gorgeous, beautiful Chanel case. Take a look at what YSL is doing with their new Couture clutch palettes. Take a look at what Guerlain is doing with the floral denim collection. And then, you know, a lot of these companies like Dior and Guerlain, they have refillable lipstick cases, so you get to kind of pick the packaging, and then you either get to pick maybe like a corresponding color, maybe it's refillable, something like that. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I would like to see a luxurious, beautiful, gorgeous compact that I get to buy. Even if it's like $100, I will buy it. Like if it's luxe, I will buy it. And then I get to choose what powder I want to put inside. Like that would be luxury to me. This, I'm excited for it, but it's not the same, okay? That's what I'm looking for, but this is the reality of what I'm getting, and I'm sure that these are gonna be very expensive. My guess is that each of these will probably be around the $90 mark, because I think that's what the holiday ones were. So it's a yes, friends, but I'm a little bit confused by this release. Please comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and let me know which embossing and shade you're gonna be after if you wanna get this. Next up, we have a new release from Natasha Denona. Everybody is buzzing about this. So many of you guys DM'd me photos of this, asking me if I've seen it, asking me if I was going to review it. This is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I think that this is going to be a midi palette, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it looks like from the price, which is gonna be, I think it's €69.64. This is the newest midi palette from Natasha Denona, and Chic Profile actually has this palette. She has swatches up already on her Instagram page, so I'll put them up here for you guys to see. This is a celebration of warm tones and browns and mustards. This kind of gives me Metropolis vibes. If you pick out a lot of the warm tones and kind of like those yellows and oranges and browns from the Metropolis palette, you get something that basically looks like this. This is a yes. I actually already pre-ordered this yesterday. Actually, as soon as it dropped, I got a text message from Natasha Denona. I picked it up, and if you don't follow me here, then you should know I love warm tones. I review all shades. I like all shades. I love all makeup, but I really do like warm tones, and so I'm excited to give this a try. A lot of you all were telling me that you thought this would be the perfect fall palette. I do think it would be a really good fall palette because it has those kinds of autumnal colors, but I also think that it would be really good for summer as well because we have the warm tones. We have kind of like some mustards and browns in there, and there's also, like, even though this palette, it looks like it's kind of a little bit colorful because we have the pop of green, we've got the pop of yellow, there's an orangey color in there, there's still plenty of browns in there and neutrals. I think you could still get a very neutral look, but it's kind of like neutral with a twist. I don't think everyone's gonna like this. I don't think it's gonna suit everybody, but I'm super intrigued and I will be reviewing it as soon as I get it. So this is an absolute yes from me. I'm liking it. I think it's a little bit different. I did predict at the beginning of this year that she was gonna be doing something maybe kind of like her green brown palette. That's really what I'm hoping for, that she just takes the purple blue and the green brown palettes and she makes them into midi palettes. But you know what, Natasha? I will accept this as a precursor to that. This looks like a really, really pretty palette. So I'm excited to give this a try, but comment down below, is this your color story? I know some people aren't gonna like this, and I totally get it because it's a little bit of a niche color story just because of the tones, but I think it looks super cool. This next one, friends, is a little bit more of an update. In the last episode, we talked about the new Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blushes. Dior's launching this in new colors. Well, they're launched. They're available right now. Make sure you are following me on Instagram because that's where I let you guys know first when these things come out. I already saw a bunch of them go out of stock already, so I'll have to go check and link them down below for you all. It seems like these are flying off the shelves. I have not watched any reviews because I don't want to be biased. I am going to be reviewing these, friends, and I did pick them up in every single shade. So we're going to be testing these out, and I'm also not only going to be demoing all of the colors, but I'm also going to be hopefully reviewing and trying to explain what this new formula is like. I've gotten a lot of questions about, Are these going to be reformulated? These are the reformulated ones. They've been reformulated. If you go and you check the old blushes versus the new ones on the Dior website, the ingredients are different. They took out the talc. So this is a new formula, friends. I'm going to be letting you guys know, like, a lot of the reformulated Dior stuff we've seen over the past week or two, if these are still good. I didn't really care for the other reformulated Dior blushes, the one in the main line. They're not bad. They have really good longevity, but I just don't like the texture as much. So I'm curious to see if these are any good. So these are a yes, and I just wanted to let you guys know that these did launch, and mine have not come yet, unfortunately. I got 1 day shipping, but it's Memorial Day today that I'm filming this, so I think that's why the shipment is delayed a little bit. So look out this week for a review of those. This is a yes, and I'm excited to test out the new formula and the new shades here on my channel. Speaking of Dior reformulations, Dior also reformulated their face and body foundation. This is a part of the Backstage line. I know a lot of you guys are concerned because you really like this foundation. Is this a pass? Is this a yes? I think for now, friends, this is going to be a pass for me. I already have what is a pretty, like, generally full bottle of the old Dior Backstage foundation, and I'm getting a little bit exhausted with all these reformulations. I'm gonna do the Backstage blushes and then maybe stop there for now, take a little bit of a break. If you guys really want me to do a detailed, in-depth comparison of the old formula and the new formula, comment down below, because if I get a lot of interest, maybe I'll pick it up and you know, do a little bit of a comparison there. But I want to try not to be too wasteful. I want to try and use up what I have. So maybe when I use up my Backstage foundation that I have right now, I can pick up the new one and let you guys know what I think. But for now, this is going to be a pass because I'm a little bit exhausted with these reformulations, and I just don't really need a new foundation right now. We have more from Dior. I know it's been a lot, but we got to talk about them because y'all know I love Dior, as do many of you. So we need to talk about all their new releases. Here we have a new palette that's going to be a part of their Backstage line. This is number 001 Nude Essentials. And what I think is happening here, friends, because the packaging is different, is that these are also reformulated. They probably took out the talc. That's what somebody is saying in the comments, although it doesn't say it on the post from WZ Beauty. But I bet you anything that this is also reformulated, new packaging, and I bet that they're just completely relaunching all of the Backstage palettes, and they're probably tweaking them a little bit. It also looks like they took out that little weird primer shade, which I was never a fan of, and they replaced it with, I can't really tell, like, I don't know for sure, but it kind of looks like they replaced it with maybe a topper shade right there in the center. This is going to be a pass for me. I didn't really like the Backstage eyeshadow palettes all that much to begin with, and now that they're reformulated, it's like, I don't even really think I'm the best person to be telling you guys if these are any better or worse than what we had before. They just weren't really my jam. I can't remember why, but I wasn't really a huge fan of the formula. I had one of the palettes. I gave it away to my cousin. She enjoys it, and then I never bought another one again. Also, this is a very, like, basic, arguably boring palette. I don't need to be picking up any more neutral ones like this. I much rather pick up more of those new YSL Mini Couture Clutch palettes that I reviewed for you guys. I much rather pick up more of those than pick up one of these from the Dior Backstage line. I already reviewed the reformulated ones from the main line, and like, they're not bad, but they're not better than the ones that we had before. But I would love to know what you guys think. I think this is going to be a really nice staple in the Dior Backstage line that will appeal to a lot of consumers. But I don't necessarily think it's for me because I already just have so much like this from Dior. Here's another big release that we need to talk about, friends. This is the newest eyeshadow palette drop from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Cosmos palette, and this is going to be in the same format as, I think it was like the Rose Metals and the Nouveau palette. We are getting 12 shades, and this one says it is inspired by explosively sparkling star-filled galaxies. This is going to be launched on June 6th, exclusively on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. Although I do suspect that this will just come to Sephora maybe like a week later or something. So hang tight, guys. If you like to shop from Sephora and Ulta, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at other retailers. Now, there are some real life pics, not from the ABH website, on the Makeup Craze Instagram account. Once again, give her new account a follow. She has this palette. She found it at like a Macy's near her. They tend to get these products early apparently. And so you can see what this looks like more in real life. And I think that in real life, it looks pretty different from the promo photos. I would love to know what you guys think of this. This is gonna be a pass from me. It's just not, I don't know, this color story doesn't really scream to me. There are a couple of really nice neutrals in here, like you've got your pinky colors, you got your brown colors, you have some dark colors, and then you've got like a pop of blue, and then you've got like a dark sparkly black. It's a little bit all over the place for me. Like I don't really see the cohesiveness in this color story. I think if I were to pick up another ABH palette, I would actually, I don't know if it's still available, but I would pick up that Rose Metals palette because that one looked so cute and sort of like grungy chic. I really like the look of that one, but I also, I picked up Nouveau instead and I really enjoy that one. So I don't really feel like I need to get this. I'm sure there's gonna be so many reviews of this because ABH just gets a lot of hype and a lot of people are gonna be interested. I think there's already been at least 1 or 2 reviews of this. So go on YouTube and see who's done reviews. I think Not Fit for Print Beauty, her name is Rebecca. She did a review of this already with swatches and everything. And it's like, I don't know, while it looks like a really nice palette, it just looks a little bit scatterbrained all over the place and maybe a little bit too glittery for me as well. So I like the formula. I like Anastasia Beverly Hills. But for whatever reason, this color story, it's not doing it for me, so it's gonna be a pass. Next up, we have a new release coming out from Suqqu. This is gonna be their fall 2023 collection, and just like a lot of Suqqu collections, there are a couple of different products that are going to be included. We have 2 of these signature color eyeshadow palettes. We also have 2 very pretty nude blushes. We also have the Vibrant Rich lipstick in 3 shades, 3 nail polishes, and then we also have a couple of liquid eyeshadows. I think the liquid eyeshadows might be new. Comment down below and correct me if I'm wrong. These are gonna be coming out in, I think, 7 shades, and I think 2 of them are going to be limited edition, just kind of looking at the details here on this post. This looks like a really pretty fall collection. It's not as interesting to me as the one that they released last year. I thought that one was a little bit, I don't know, like more interesting, unique, and colorful. I think there's some really pretty neutrals here. I am particularly drawn to one of the eyeshadow palettes here that has the browns, the little mossy green, and the gold color. I think if I were to pick anything up from this collection, it would probably be that. But I think in general, friends, because this is so neutral and it's not screaming out to me as something that I absolutely need, I do think that this collection is going to be a pass. If you don't already have a lot of Suqqu, if you're going to get anything from this collection, I would probably get one of these Pure Color blushes. They look like really beautiful wearable nude shades. Personally, I already have maybe 3 or 4 that look just like this that were a part of like other collections, so I don't need to pick them up, but I would highly recommend them because the ones that I have, I absolutely adore. I really, really like the nude blushes that they make. So that would be my recommendation to you. Maybe I'll try one of the new liquid eyeshadows, so maybe I would try one of those, but I think in general this is going to be a pass. I feel like I can save my money here and maybe spend it elsewhere on something that'll be like a little bit more unique. The blush mania will not stop. We have more blushes that have been released from a couple of brands. The first one is Makeup by Mario. These are the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. I'm pretty sure these are already available. I already watched a review of these, and to my knowledge, these are pretty much the same thing as the Enhancer, you know, that cream bronzer product that he launched last year. I have a review of that up on my channel, and I like that product. I do like it, but I never used it thinking I just need to have this in a blush version. These look really pretty, but guys, I'm so overwhelmed with all of the blushes. I think this is gonna have to be a pass from me unless I do like a blush roundup video and maybe I do a ranking for you all. So that's the one caveat. I might pick up one of these and do that sort of type of guide for you all. But I think that in general, like I wouldn't buy these if it wasn't for my channel and for doing these reviews. So those would be a pass. We also have a new lip slash blush release from Valentino. These are the new lip and blush duos. There's going to be 12 shades, and these have a soft texture and blurring effect that can be used on the lips or cheeks. This is a really interesting release from Valentino. I wasn't interested in this at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I think that these actually are probably going to be quite popular because they have more of like a soft effect. For those of you out there that maybe want something that's more of a matte finish, more of like that blurred effect. And I know a lot of you guys as well, you like something that's a little bit more natural and buildable. So these are a maybe. They have one of these in that bright, beautiful Valentino pink that Valentino's been doing all over the runways, and a lot of celebs have been wearing that color from Valentino. So if anything, I would pick up that one. So this one is also a maybe. Right now, I'm just trying to take a breath, guys, from all of the blushes. But this one, that one is tempting me more than the Makeup by Mario one. But I'll tell you which one is really not tempting me at all. It's these new cream blushes from Mcgrath. What are these called? This is the Divine Blush Collection. Are we surprised, friends? This is the Legendary Glow Color Balm. It's going to be available in 6 shades. I'm not sure if these are already available. I'll have to check and update the description box down below. They're going to be $29 each. So it's essentially a balmy blush stick. And then also, surprise, surprise, there is a new eyeshadow quad here as well. This is the Luxe Eyeshadow Quad in Passion Fleur, Plum and Platinum Bronze hues for $62, so pretty expensive. I really like the packaging on these. I like that soft blossom pink. It looks a little bit cheapy in the photos, but I think, yeah, I'd have to see it in person and maybe judge the quality a little bit more. I really like the quality and the packaging of those original like highlighter balm duos that she used to do. Used to wear that all the time. I had one of the shades and I like the nice weighty packaging, but I think a lot of us know Mcgrath's packaging has become cheaper and cheaper as the years have gone on, but the prices are either the same or have gone up. So I'm not quite sure about the packaging, but all of this is just a huge pass, friends. Like, I really don't need any more blush sticks. I feel like, you know, I'm sure they're going to be good. Do you need this? Probably not. The eyeshadow palette as well. It's like, I don't know. There's a lavender shade, there's a rose shade, a gold shade, and then a deep sort of plummy aubergine matte as well. It looks really pretty. Do I need it? No, it's a pass. I used to buy every single new release that she would come out with, but she has so much now and I have so much in my collection that I'd rather just use what I already have. And these colors here as well, if you have a lot of Mcgrath palettes, if you have Divine Rose or anything like that, I'm sure you can dupe this. I'm sure you can dupe this. So this is going to be a pass for me. What else we got today, friends? I got a lot of questions about these new palettes from Hourglass. These are new ambient lighting edit palettes. We have the Sculpt and Set, which is a mixture of the finishing powder, bronzer, and highlighters. So no blushes in that one. We also have the Blush and Glow, which is a mixture of blushes and highlighters. And then finally, we have a trio, which is, I think, a finishing powder, a highlighter, and a blush. These are going to be a pass for me. I know a lot of people were asking me, are you going to review these? Friends, I love these palettes. I really do. I use them all the time, but I have like 7 or 8 of them in my drawer and I really just want to use the ones that I have. These are not really designed, I think, for people like me who already have a lot of the ambient lighting edit palettes, maybe from the holiday time, or if you have a lot of the singles. I think that these are great staples in the Hourglass Cosmetics collection for people that are looking for something new. But if you already have a lot of these palettes, let me talk you out of these because I feel like you already have them. The one that I feel like is the least tempting to me is the one with the blush and highlighter, which is the Blush and Glow. These are $85, by the way. They're very expensive. The blushes, it could just be the photo. I haven't watched any reviews of these, so forgive me, but the blushes all look very, very similar, and same with the highlighters. I'm sure they're all different. It looks like they have different finishes here, but how different are they? Do you really need to have 3 mauve blushes and 3 champagne highlighters in one palette? In order for me to want to buy these, it needs to be maybe like all blushes of different colors so I could kind of pick and choose a nude, a mauve, a bright pink, maybe a coral, maybe a brown one. Like make me the perfect array of blushes and make them look different, Hourglass, because you're always putting very similar blushes together in a lot of these palettes. A lot of times you guys tell me you pick these up and then inevitably the bronzer shade doesn't work. So I think it would be nice to do things that are like all blushes for a change. If anything, I would get the trio. Like if that one blush and that one powder and that one highlighter work for you, that's gonna be a perfect little staple in your makeup bag. But for me, it's a pass. You can see why it's a pass for me. In general, I like the formula, but these, they're not turning my head. Last thing for this episode, friends, and you're gonna have to help me out because I'm not even quite sure I know what this is. You're gonna have to educate me. This is from Chanel, and I believe this is a part of their Le Beige collection. This is limited edition for summer 2023. This is the new Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream in Rosy Beige. So you all know they have the Healthy Glow Cream, which are the bronzers. They recently released those in a smaller size, and I have heard word on the street that it was reformulated. So it's actually a new formulation, I think without the coconut oil. And people are telling me that these are gonna be the permanent size. These smaller sizes, new formulation, this is what I'm hearing. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Give me the scoop because I learned from you all as well. But this right here is that same Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream in a new color, which is called Rosy Beige. It looks like what would basically be maybe a foundation color for me. I thought that what this was supposed to be is a super duper natural bronzer, like something that would give me just a little bit of color to the face, almost be like a perfecting balm, if that makes sense. Maybe for other people it wouldn't be, but I kind of thought that maybe Chanel was jumping on this trend of the very, very natural bronzers, you know, kind of like the Jones Road makeup, for example, and maybe this was their interpretation of that. But then some of you told me that this was a primer. I don't really know. I think it depends on your skin tone. So I would love to know, friends, what is this? Does this look like a foundation? Is it kind of like a tinted balm, like a tinted moisturizer sort of thing, a face tint? I don't really know. Maybe it's open for interpretation like the Jones Road Miracle Balm. It's kind of like whatever you want it to be. I'm not really sure. So comment down below, give me the scoop, educate me. Did you get this? How have you used it? I didn't pick it up. I'm just nervous, friends, because I don't really like the cream bronzer from Chanel, the new reformulated one, or the previous reformulated one. So for these, I'm not so sure if I want to take the risk and spend my money because I don't know if I'm gonna like this new formula. So comment down below, let me know the scoop, and that's all I have to say about that. It's, I didn't say this, but it's a pass if you haven't figured it out. It's a pass for me. All right, my friends, if you can't tell, it is golden hour and the sun is coming in, and it's time for me to end this episode. We had a lot of new releases to chat about this time around, but now it is your turn. Sound off in those comments down below and let me know, what do you think of these new releases? What's turning your head? What is an easy pass? Did you pick any of these up? I need to know. I love to start conversations with you all. So pop in down below and let me know all of your thoughts. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.